outdoor track season supposed to get started. Obviously, some unfortunate circumstance there. But
Yeah.
before we get into all of that, the month of March was pretty open for all of your athletes, save for Crystal, who competed
Yeah.
at the Nationals. How was your squad able to kind of utilize that month to refresh, recharge, and get ready to run the whole thing back outdoors this time?
Yeah, I mean, we gave him a little bit of a break, and so, but mentally just nice to be at home for a little while, not on the road. But also, training continued then for getting ready for outdoors. So I think they definitely are refreshed, especially after having to miss this last meet. They're really ready to go. So yeah, I mean that month is nice to rest, but also just have kind of a longer section of just training where you're not competing and kind of backing off from training and then competing. You actually get a really good training block in there, so it was good.
So like you had said, Coach, I mean, it's supposed to get started this weekend. Obviously, acts of God, Mother Nature, however
Yeah.
you want to put it, extremely unfortunate. But with how full the schedule is, there's no real opportunity to kind of sneak something like that back in there later. So do you feel like the missing a week or a meet, is that really going to have much of an impact at all, do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, if anything, it was actually, I mean, it was okay. We had some kids that were kind of beat up a little bit, and so gave them a break and a weekend, home, which was nice. So in the long run, I mean, and especially this time of the year, the weather usually isn't good those first few meets, so it wasn't going to be great, but we were going into it thinking, just a chance to compete, and so it wasn't the worst thing that could have happened, and I think now it made them even hungrier, I think, for these meets coming up. So it'll be a good section. So yeah, you can't really replace it, but we ended up, I think everybody got rested, had some good training, and ready to go these next weeks coming up.
So with that in mind, like you had said, Coach, obviously this time of year in the Midwest is unpredictable.
Yeah.
And up here in the Upper Peninsula specifically,
Yeah.
that is perhaps even more true. So it's pretty tough to get good opportunities to really do kind of outdoor training and get accustomed to that up here this time of year. So I'd be curious though, for your perspective, does this kind of harsh and unpredictable geography and climate that we have up here offer any advantages in your mind to training and preparing for an outdoor track season?
Yeah, I think it actually does. I think our kids are tougher in a way because we have to, just like also the travel we have to do, but just the weather, having to deal with it, and not like, not really even getting a chance to run at an outdoor track at all until the meets. And there's been a few years we never even got on an outdoor track until the week of the conference championships. So, so it's we make it work, use the dome, and then and of course then the turf's down part of the time, but we make it work and have to just work around and outside. Once some of the parking lots get cleared off, we'll be out there. I mean, and the distance kids still, we do our workouts. They do their distance runs outside. But yeah, it makes them tougher and makes them just like, I guess, being ready for anything, because you don't know what we're gonna have, and if you go to a meet and the weather's not great, there's problems. We're like, that's normal for us. So it's just our usual.
So with all that being said, we're going to try and start the season again this time.
Yeah.
Golden Grizzlies invite down in Oakland this weekend. Coach, your kind of thoughts and expectations for this meet?
Actually, really excited because it turned out, so because that other one was canceled, we turned around, came back, didn't have to spend the money on the hotel and all the stuff that we got the money back, and we were supposed to go to St. Norbert's this week, but then again, they might cancel. It's supposed to be windy and cold there, but now we'll get this opportunity to go to the Golden Grizzly, which is turning out to be a pretty competitive meet. The entries are starting to come in, and you get to look at, who's entering, and there's some really top times and top teams, and so really a great chance to, really see where we're at against some top athletes and being pushed by some of the top athletes around our conference, but also some D1 schools will be there for sure, so it'll be good. It'll be a great meet, a great start. And it's supposed to be 54 and sunny. So